What's up? Happy Monday morning. I'm fired up. I did my Body Beast build chest and tries. I'm excited about the official launch of Muscle Burns Fat and Muscle Burns Fat Advanced. Just got off of a training call with the trainer Megan Davies and we're fired up. I'm excited to do it. My wife's excited to do it. My 13-year-old daughter's pumped to do it. We've all done the sample and we're pumped to try that program out and be a part of that. But I have a message that I want to give you guys, a little lesson on leadership, on being the CEO of a business, and kind of the mindset behind that, which was stemmed from a message I got this past weekend from an incredible friend and coach on our team named Matt. So Matt asked me this question about, hey, I think one of the things that might be holding me back is I have this fear of if I invite somebody on this journey as a coach, let's say, maybe not just a customer, but a coach, to build this business with me, and then whatever it is, they decide to quit. And I don't want that friendship to go bad. I don't want to lose that friendship. I don't want there to be hard feelings. And I might feel like I failed in some sort of a way by not helping my friends see success in their business. And I think that might be limiting me. If I'm feeling that, maybe there's other people that are feeling like that as well. Well, my friends, I've been a coach for over 9.5 years now, and I've certainly gone through some different phases that I want to talk about, and I'll try to do that as quickly as possible. There's a ton of stories that I could give you guys, but I'll try to keep it real basic and simple for you guys. I struggled with that in the beginning. In my first year of being a coach, I didn't know what network marketing was. I didn't know what it meant to be a diamond coach. All I knew is that P90X and Shakeology and the meal plans and the community completely changed my life. I understood that being a coach, if I shared that with other people and helped them, I would get a 25% commission. I also understood that you get a 25% discount. So in my mind, everybody that wanted to be on this journey of health and fitness and betterment and being around great people should be a coach, because it was obvious. You'd get a discount on your products, you'd be in a great community, you would be more likely to succeed long-term, staying committed to your workouts. And then the cool benefit, and I always said this to them, is like, it's so cool that Beachbody is gonna pay us 25% commissions to do this. So I started like that. But then I started to experience what some of you guys might be fearing or have experienced so far. I had customers quit, or I had coaches that would cancel their coach account, or they would postpone their Shakeology. And I began to think, maybe I'm not a great leader. What am I doing wrong? And now don't get me wrong, there's always things we need to look at in our business, in our life, and say, this is what happened, how can I become better? Yes. But in that instance, I had to really decide, what does it mean to be a great leader? How can I know that I am not a failure as a leader? So the rule that I made for myself is I made the 10 things that I do every single day. I made a video on it on YouTube. I made it back in my first year. But basically the 10 things I do every day are what you see as the Success Club System Activity Tracker and the 4 Vital Behaviors. So I made this belief that if I do, it was clear like this: if I am clear on my why and my vision as a coach, and I show up with full belief in my why and my vision in myself, and I do the 10 activities that I do every single day, I can look at myself in the mirror at the end of the day and say, I did an incredible job. I'm an amazing coach. If my coaches and my clients followed my example and my lead, and they did the actions and activities that I did today, they would be successful. Now, I don't have the ability to force somebody to do actions or to do their workout or to eat clean. None of you guys do, and none of you will. So I had to make that belief inside of myself that that's what it meant to be a great leader. If my coaches and clients did what I did today, would they see success? Now, if I'm complaining and down talking myself and blaming myself for past things that I had done and beating myself up and doing activities, guys, if my coaches and clients did that as well, that's having a negative mindset and a negative philosophy. They would not be successful if they adapted those activities and that mindset. So to be a great coach, I had to stay true to those things. Be clear on my vision and my why, the belief in myself, and do the activities. If I did that, I was a great coach. The second thing that I really had to look at was a couple of different situations. We'll talk about the job that I left to be a full-time coach. I was a person that did 3 people's jobs but got paid for 1 person's job. I showed up when things needed to get done. If they needed an overnight shift, I raised my hand and I volunteered. If someone needed to come in early, I volunteered. If someone needed to stay late, I volunteered. I was that worker and that person inside of the job. I always did more than I was expected to do. So guys, what happened? Guys, I left that job to go on to do Beachbody coaching full-time eventually, correct? So the example that I want to give you guys is this. The CEO of that company I worked for, incredible friend, he was my church leader growing up. What I can tell you guys, I want you guys to relate this to coaching. Let's say he's the coach and he sponsored me. Obviously, he's the CEO of that business and he hired me. When I decided to leave when that was not for me, when I decided to pursue a different path that made me happier, I can guarantee you that, like, maybe he was like, dang it, we lost a good employee. Maybe he said that, I don't know. But what I can guarantee you is he didn't spend weeks and months saying, man, maybe I'm not a great CEO. Maybe this business model of building these food processing equipment out of stainless steel, maybe this isn't the right business model. Maybe I'm not a great leader. I can guarantee you he did not say that. He stayed true to his vision and the mission of that company, and he found and hired new talent and helped develop them to continue on. The cool thing, I've been away from that job for 8 years now, and I've run into some fellow coworkers that I used to work with there. That company and business run by my friend, he has now doubled the number of employees and bought an entire new building. So guys, I hope this makes sense to you. I'm sharing this example so you can relate this to your Beachbody coaching business or whatever business that you're in. If somebody leaves or decides to step away to do something else, it is not you. It's that person's individual choice and decision. You must stay clear on your vision and where you want to go in the future. A couple other examples. My very best friend, his name is Ian. He was a coach with me in 2012, maybe 2013. We've been workout buddies since before I became a coach. As I first started P90X, he referred the first protein shake to me. We're best friends. We play Call of Duty once a week, and we go camping with our kids together. Guys, he stopped being a Beachbody coach maybe a year and a half after he began. We are still best friends. That's totally okay, and I support him in his decision to go from, when he was a coach, he worked at the bank and did coaching on the side. He decided to leave banking and pursue becoming a sheriff. And I support him 100% in that. That's what friends do. So if you have that fear or concern, just know if you have a fear of that, just don't be that person. Love and support and encourage people no matter what they want to do with their life and in their journey. The last example that I want to share you is actually two more examples. One example was I went to Diamond Coach in my first 3 months. In 93 days, I went to Diamond without even knowing what Diamond was, because I was inviting every single human I knew on this journey with me because I knew it would improve their life. Then it took me over 9 months to go from Diamond to 1-Star Diamond. And the reason was I had full belief and confidence in myself. I've hit Success Club 10 for 111 months. That means I've helped find 5 new customers or coaches every month for 111 freaking months in a row. So I've had that belief, and I had that belief from the beginning. However, when I sat down to do my 10 things I do daily or my Success Club system activity tracker, I would sit there and I would be like, I'm going to be a Success Club 10 All-Star. I'm going to earn this free trip to Atlantis. I'm going to bring my wife home from work, and it's going to be incredible to be able to sit down and eat dinner together and go for walks in the evening. But then I would sit down to work and I'd be like, what the heck is wrong with these coaches? Like, none of them are doing the work like I am. None of them, they're like watching Netflix when they should be working. And that's the mindset that I had. So the shift that took us from Diamond to 5-Star Diamond over the course of 4 months was changing my mindset and the words that I spoke not only to myself, but to them in my mind. So I would recognize and be like, man, so-and-so is doing so incredible. They've done 2 straight weeks of P90X. They've posted their progress pictures. I'm so proud of them. And I started doing that with each one of my coaches instead of negative talking in my mind those people. If you have those thoughts towards the people that you're trying to serve, you are not going to be successful in leading them. So that was the second thing that I really had to shift and change in leading. The third thing was, believe it or not, last year, I really struggled when I would bring on a new coach. I could still recruit, obviously, and we have the incredible business we have, but I had a time for about a year, almost a year and a half, where I could bring on coaches, but I was struggling to help them see results. And it kind of goes back to the last step that I shared, but the problem was not with these coaches specifically, but it was with my own mindset. You see, 2016 or so, I had a few Star Diamond leaders recruit other leaders from our team into another business. That business, they went at it for a while, it collapsed, they went on to do another one. and that one doesn't work anymore. And so I don't know what all of them are doing right now. And some of them went on to do their own businesses with what their specialties were. But here's where the problem lies. Thinking back to the first one and the second one that I share, is in my mind as I was working, this is 2000, that happened in 2016, 17, 2018 into 2019. I'm sitting here working, I'm like, in my mind, I'm doing all this stuff, right? And I'm like, man, is it really worth it to invest in these coaches if they're just going to leave? Like if they're just going to possibly recruit other people away from our team, is it worth it investing? And what I found out is I struggled to help my new coaches see success and then advance in their rank. And it was a simple call with a mentor of mine, Kayshawn Graves, if she sees this video, when she said, what if we just shifted your belief and your mindset around when these coaches left, when these teammates left of yours? And the simple shift was, like, it was hard. I would like see the memories pop, you know, if you have memories pop up on Facebook or yeah, I think they're just called memories. I would see a celebration of one or us on a Success Club trip, and I would have those negative feelings where I'd be like, man, and someone would be like, man, what did I do wrong as a leader that they would want to go do something else? Or what could I have done differently? Or man, if I invest, what if they just leave and do that again in the future? So that's the thoughts that I had. So I had to switch my thinking and my thought patterns. And so what I do now is when I see a memory pop up of maybe a coach that was a leader with us in the past and went on to do something else, is I would say a gratitude. So for example, I won't name names, but I'd be like, I'd see the picture and I'd be like, oh, I'm so grateful for the time that I spent with her. Like we had this incredible time in the Dominican Republic. If it hadn't been for her, we wouldn't have achieved the top number 4 position in the top 10 in 2013. I'm so grateful for the time I spent with so-and-so and what that did for our business and our life. If that wouldn't have happened, we wouldn't have the business we have today. I'll be like, oh man, if it wouldn't have been for her in my first year, we wouldn't have been able to get to 2-Star Diamond and open our second business center. And all of that combined and the working with her and that time we spent together allowed me to allow my wife to walk away from her full-time job and come home and raise the kids so we didn't have to put them with a babysitter. I'm so grateful for that time. Guys, I'm telling you, when that shifted, when that mindset shifted, guys, I didn't do any of the actions from the Success Club System Activity Tracker differently. I didn't do any of that differently. All I did was shift that mindset, and what happened was absolutely incredible. We began to recruit probably 3 times more people than we did before, and we had probably 8 times more people hitting Success Starter, which means they're getting a Success Club point in their first month. They're hitting Success Club at least 3 out of their first 6 months and earning their free trip to Summit. They're advancing their business to Emerald, and they're recruiting and they're building their business to Diamond and doing incredible things. You guys have seen the incredible work that Tate Cox has done in the past year. You've seen the incredible work that Beth Isbell has done from our team, who's now in the top 10 this year and advanced to her business into 5-Star Diamond, her second business into 4-Star Diamond, and the incredible things that are happening. Guys, all of that didn't come from the actions. The actions are simple. In the Success Club System Activity Tracker, it's step-by-step how to build this business in an hour and 40 minutes every single day. Guys, the small shift was the way that the mind works, the way that you think about yourself, the way that you think about others, and the way that you see every single thing that happens around you. You can either create a positive meaning to it or a negative, disempowering meaning to it. And my challenge to you guys today is to create positive, empowering meanings to things that go around you, and you'll see a magnificent, I've never used that word before, you'll see an incredible change happen in your life as you stay consistent in working on strengthening your mind as you go forward in building your business and your dreams. See you guys later.